Hi everyone, my name is Marco. I started a YouTube channel called Linux DevOps Journey. I used to be a Linux and Unix administrator. I took a little break, and it's something the easiest way to get familiar with Linux is to download something called VMware Workstation 16 Player, where we're going to host a virtual machine which is going to be running Linux. So the first thing you want to do is visit their website and download the software. Once you have downloaded and installed VMware Workstation Player, the next thing you want to do is download an image of Linux. On this occasion, we're going to be using CentOS. CentOS is based on Red Hat Linux. So I'll show you the next step. Once on the main CentOS.org page, you want to pick up the CentOS OS stream, version 9, and you want to click the appropriate architecture that your computer is running. In most cases, it would be this one. Going to start downloading. Once it's downloaded, I'll show you the next step. Now that we have downloaded CentOS and we have installed VMware Workstation Player, we want to create a new virtual machine. And we do so by clicking on the Create New Virtual Machine. Once this dialog box comes up, it's asking us for install a disk image file, and that's the file we downloaded from CentOS website. So we're going to select it, click on Browse, find it in the location where you downloaded it, and then you're going to press Next. It's asking us to fill out a few details to personalize this installation. So let's do that. Selecting Marco as my username, and I'm just going to use a very short password that I can always remember. Next. We want to rename the virtual machine so we can always remember what it is. We're going to call it main server. CentOS. Press Next. In this section, it's asking us how much virtual disk space we want to use for this installation. So let's just keep it as 20 gigabytes. Just finish. Now the VM player is going to start installing the Linux distribution of our choice. I'm going to maximize the window, and I'm going to click inside of this machine. To get back out with your mouse, you press Ctrl and Alt in the same time, and that's how you get your mouse back. Otherwise, you're a little bit stuck in the virtual machine. So this is the first time we see some graphical interface. So we want to select English, and my keyboard is United Kingdom, so I'm going to select English United Kingdom. I'm going to press on Continue. In this section, it allows us to customize this installation a bit more. So on the first step, we want to select installation destination, select the virtual disk, and press Done. This is an important step as well. It's called software selection. By default, it wants to select the server with graphical user interface. Servers, usually, you want them to be as fast as possible. You want them to use up maximum resource for the task they're performing. So I don't like to install servers with a graphical user interface. So let's go with the server option. In here, it's got some additional software that would be useful to the installation. So let's pick the debugging tools. Let's pick the DNS name server. You might want to run DNS server on this machine. Let's select hardware monitoring utilities. Let's select network file system client. Select performance tools. Select system tools. Press done. Once we've selected that, in here in this section, you can also see it's asking us if we want to. It's telling us that the root account is disabled because we're going to be working in a test environment. I think we should enable the root account and allow root SSH login with password. And just begin installation. Once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. You can now see that installation is complete, and next thing we do is just reboot the system. Once we reboot the system, we'll be able to log into our CentOS server. Once we get the dialog box, we want to type in root, which is the default administrator account for Linux systems. Password. We're actually now logged into the terminal.